Pressure is still mounting on Nigeria to reopen its land border with Benin. For now, the closure of the border continues to have a toll on the trading community in Ghana, especially exporters and haulage drivers. Ghana's largest beverage manufacturing company, Casapreco, says it has already lost about $2 million in export revenue as a result of the 2-month closure of the border. Charles Aite has been engaging head of international business development of the company and has come through with this report.
As 2 months since the closure of the Nigerian-Benin border, Joy Business had earlier engaged some haulage drivers who've been kicked out of business.
Just because of they closed the border, so you can't go. So we came back to house and then we are waiting the time they are going to open the border.
This time around, we placed a spotlight on Ghana's largest local beverage manufacturing firm, Casapreco.
We've dry out of product in the market per my last visit, so competition is going to hit on us.
Francis Holy Aja is head of international business development. He tells Joy Business $2 million has so far been lost to the closure.
We currently losing about average $1 million a month, $1 million a month. So currently our goods are stacked, and there's no other way to go into the market. So it's having a huge impact on us.
I cited 3 loaded trucks of 8,600 crates of products each on the premises of Casapreco. These are grounded, waiting for the borders to reopen to get them exported into the Nigerian market. So these are trucks filled with products?
Yes, they are already loaded with invoiced, just waiting to move. Because every document is ready for it to move. So,
is it just about the exports or about imports as well?
Yes, about the import. So we have other products that raw materials coming in for the paper production for us to bottle. So now they are stuck on the other side of the border. They cannot come in because the border is closed. So it will affect us on the production side as well, because we will not have raw material to produce the cartons.
So what it means is that in the coming months or so, production numbers could reduce drastically from the side of Casapreco.
Yes, it's going to reduce, and this is too bad for us because we're getting close to Christmas, and it's the peak season for us, and having short of some of these materials will really affect our volumes.
So far, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has appealed to Ghanaian traders to remain calm as it works with the Nigerian authority to ease its ban on the exportation of non-traditional products into the latter's market.
A very worrying situation there, but there is good news for internet lovers as government has announced the commencement of 5G trials in the country within the coming year. This was revealed in Accra by the Minister of Communications, Esla Owusu-Ekufo. The network technology is set to link Ghana to the fastest internet connectivity rate in the world. She was speaking at a ceremony to climax the country's Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Information technology, as we all know, has become indispensable in every sphere of human endeavor. And its continuous evolution underpins our economic, cultural, social, and political life. The increasing demand of digital communication services has resulted in massive dependence on the internet and computer systems, which comes with the accompanying opportunities and challenges and exposes all of us to the risk of cyber attack. Ghana is no exception. With the emergence of IoTs, connected devices, our reliance on information technology increases. Artificial intelligence is also emerging to complicate our lives further, even though it will eliminate a lot of the human interaction in doing things. 5G is hovering on the horizon, and we hope to start our 5G trials within the coming year. And it is intended to provide fastest internet connectivity for our digital economy.
While the Communications Minister has also been asking stakeholders to support government with alternate funding sources in fighting cybercrime. According to her, the National Cybersecurity Center, which has been created to help safeguard the country against cyber attacks, will not be deriving full revenue to be accrued from the 3% increase in the communication services tax. There's more in this report.
Government has indicated that part of the 3% communication service tax will be used to fund operations of the Cybersecurity Center created under the Ministry of Communication. According to the Minister, Eslo Wusu-Ekufu, the revenue to be generated from the tax is inadequate to protect the country's cyberspace, hence the need for other sources of funding.
And so even though for us it is inadequate, we've done a fair bit with largely no support from central government, but with support from our agencies and international donors. We can do even more with this support from central government, both from the communication service tax and from budgetary allocations. And so we're looking forward to see what we can do in terms of our activities over the years. For one thing, and that has been highlighted in many of the speeches that were read this morning, we need to step up our awareness creation.
Though she could not disclose amount to be allocated to the center, she is optimistic that the finance minister will give details on how the fund will be utilized.
It is impossible for us to get the 100%, and I have made those attempts, and so I know that we won't get it. Even the revenue that is going to accrue from the 3% increase, we have already been informed that it will not be earmarked for cybersecurity alone. But the finance minister has assured us that this is just a start. He will look for other sources of funding to support our activities. And he is an honorable man, so I know he would live up to his promises. He also recognizes how critical this is to the digital economy that we are building.
The Cybersecurity Awareness Month is celebrated under the theme, Demonstrating Ghana's Cybersecurity Readiness. The month-long celebration is aimed at exhibiting strategies by government in fighting the threat of cyber attacks. Eben Sabuti's report for Joy Business.
And that's it for business for now.